I recently did a video about scammers, and the point of the video was that basically, if you listen to these dudes or you participate in their programs, they're probably going to take your money, and if you listen to them, you're probably going to go to jail. Now, this is another segment of that scammy, whatever you want to call it, grifter, some people call it. But it's a dude named Officer Tatum, and there's a twin brothers called the Hodge Twins. The Hodge Twins, they kind of pivoted from the fitness arena, which is where I first saw them, and they moved into more of a right-wing, black-bashing political forum or channel or whatever you want to call it. But I haven't heard what their take on the most recent police brutality that happened in Florida with the young man whose name was William McNeil. I guess it happened back in February, but the chief of police just released the body cam footage to where we see, not on body cam, but Mr. McNeil was aware enough to record the stop, because as we seen from the lead attorney who broke down that whole situation, there was no really reason for the stop in the first place. But in case you're not familiar with the William McNeil case, the guy got sucker punched, in my opinion, because if a person is non-compliant, if you take the words of the police, punching him in the face is not necessarily going to make him compliant. You might even escalate something. Like, I thought that, it was based on all of the other police brutality cases. I thought that police had come to the conclusion that you should probably try to de-escalate a situation as opposed to escalate a situation. I don't think that punching a dude in the face is on par with de-escalation. I think that would be escalated, because before they punched him in the face, they didn't have access to his face. So, but before they punched him in the face, they bust his window out. According to the lead attorney, it was basically a what do they call it when the stop is not justified? It was an unjustified stop in the first place, because apparently the police pulled Mr. McNeil over because he didn't have his headlights on in the rain. The other grifter that is in competition with being the biggest grifter, being the biggest raccoon, is a dude named Officer Tatum. He's widely known for taking, or being the token dude, the token black guy, taking the opposite position than the black people do, so that white people can feel more comfortable. He's taking on that role, kind of like Tim Scott. We saw him the other day alongside Donald Trump when he was going back and forth about what the cost of a project was, and apparently Trump added in another building that was built five years ago. He's the same type. I mean, it's almost like, when you get into the right wing, you become a Republican. It's almost like your job to justify what goes on either behind the scenes or above board, so that to give white people cover. They love to see black people discredit other black people, and that's why Officer Tatum, he has, what does he have, 3.59 million followers. I think you'd have to be in agreement with and in compliance with his form of YouTubery, which is just that. I mean, he defended the lady that was, slinging racial slurs at the little boy at the park, and then went and generated, several $100,000s. in support of, because she came out and said, her life is threatened, and she basically needs the money to survive because, based on what she said, she was getting death threats or whatever. He came in and defended that. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make money, and that's how they make their money. Both the Hodge Twins and Officer Tatum. But if you listen to the lead attorney, who, he's an attorney. You don't have to be a good attorney to, number one, go to the statute that says that it's mandatory that you have your headlights on in the rain, which is why Mr. McNeil got pulled over. What the lead attorney revealed is that in the legislature, they do not specify other than while raining, smoke, or fog, you need to have your headlights on. And when you look at the video, there is no new rain. And the lead attorney pointed out that it does not say before or after or how much time or, it just says while it's raining. And apparently it was not raining. So therefore, the young man did not need to have his headlights on. So it was basically a unlawful stop, right? So if it's an unlawful stop, everything after that is a fruit of the poisonous tree, they call it. Which means, throw all that stuff out. Which means that if you're pulling over someone unlawfully, you are no longer operating in a law enforcement capacity, because you've broken the law. You've broken, I don't know if an unlawful stop is breaking the law, but you're not acting in an official capacity. So therefore, all those protections, a qualified immunity and all that, it goes out the window. All of that goes out the window. So hopefully, Mr. McNeil can get some repayment, get some justice here, and we can criticize, and we could rub in the face, so to speak, the fact that these grifters, these bootlickers, they call them, and these raccoons can be exposed for who they really are, and rush into judgment based on what the YouTube views is going to be. But because look, they have a particular audience, and they have to, in order to maintain their views, side with the audience. And the audience probably don't look like them. His audience probably watches him so that they can feel justified in their beliefs, because you got this token raccoon taking up for their side, making them feel better. So we're gonna keep an eye on this case. I just wanted to touch on this real quick because it's incredible how you can live with yourself and just go against your own people just for a paycheck. It's incredible to me. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you do that. But click on this video right here where we talk about, what did we talk about? You see it right here. I'm drawing a blank. Till next time, take care.